don't worry about a thing. 'Cause every little thing is gonna be alright. Singing, don't worry about a thing. Oh, 'cause every little thing is gonna be alright. Woke up this morning, smiled at the rising sun. 3 little birdies sat by my doorstep, singing sweet songs of a melody pure and true. Yeah, this is my message to you. Singing, don't worry about a thing. Oh, 'cause every little thing is gonna be alright. Singing, don't worry about a thing. Oh, 'cause every little thing is gonna be alright. Woke up this morning, smiled at the rising sun. 3 little birdies sat by my doorstep, singing sweet songs of a melody pure and true. Yeah, this is my message to you. Singing, don't worry about a thing. Ooh, 'cause every little thing is gonna be alright. Singing, don't worry about a thing. 'Cause every little thing is gonna be alright. Singing, don't worry about a thing. 'Cause every little thing is gonna be alright. Welcome to Mindflow Radio. Here it is now November 2019. How do you fare? How about we don't worry and trust that everything will be all right? Can we do it?
Well, it all starts with the moment, right? What's this moment like?
Yeah. This moment for me?
Sure. How's your mind feel?
My mind feels pretty good.
Yeah?
Yeah, while I was singing that song, I felt like sharing the story of it, because everyone knows that's a Bob Marley song. Well, maybe not everybody.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm a big Bob Marley fan, and when my kids were little, you know, back when there wasn't internet or cell phones or anything like that, I would just play with my babies. And when my oldest was just me and him, I would sing him this song like every day. So it's a really meaningful song for me as a mother, and as a mother with grown children. That's pretty interesting. And just trusting that it's all going to be okay. And yeah.
Yeah, I agree. That's a great message. It's kind of counter the PC message nowadays, but
yeah, that's okay.
That is okay.
I'm kind of counterculture anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is Mindflow Radio here on WDRT 91.9 FM, or catch us online, WDRT.org. And we like to share our mindful music and our mindful perspectives.
Right
here.
And she is Jaylyn.
I'm Jaylyn.
Yeah, and she's a yoga therapist, yoga teacher, Tai Chi person, and singer, along with dedicated mindfulness or meditation practitioner, right?
Yeah.
So how many years have you been practicing?
Well, I guess I started back in 2004.
Okay.
Pretty strongly.
Yeah.
And I took a couple years off.
Right.
At 2012.
Do you have your 10,000 hours in?
I don't know. 10,000 hours is a lot.
It is a lot. Probably not, actually.
Yeah. I don't know about that.
Yeah. Well, that's good.
Maybe I have 1,000 or maybe more than that.
Well, the thing is, I mean, we believe in mindfulness on the fly. So if we're able to be mindful as we're navigating through our life, hours add up quickly then. You know, you could get 10 hours in a day, perhaps.
I'd say over the last 4 years, I've become more mindful in my life. And so, yeah, I'd say over the last 4 years, for sure, adding up time.
Adding up quickly.
Yeah.
Right.
Not only my daily practices, but just being more mindful in the moment, for sure.
Yeah, and you do have a great daily practice. What do you do first thing in the morning? Yeah.
I do Tai Chi to loosen up a little bit, and then I do some Qigong to loosen up my spine a little bit more. And then I sit for meditation for 30 minutes, and then I do some yoga.
Yeah. Nice
It takes about 45 minutes.
And you've been on that for 40 straight days now?
Almost, yep.
Okay.
Yep, I think it's 40 days tomorrow.
Good work. Good work. It's really, when it comes down to it, a lot of it is about training.
Yeah.
You know, and by the way, my name is Lamont. I'm a Tai Chi instructor and a psychotherapist, and I work a lot with mindfulness as a method of finding balance within the mind. And what I've discovered is that if we have balance in our own minds, that we feel better. And it sounds obvious, but what does balance in the mind mean? You know, and for me, finding balance means having a balance between, there's basically, the mind has two modes of operation. The analyzing, the thinking mind, right, which is really prevalent in our culture. We think a lot. And there's the stillness component, or the mindful part of the mind, where we're just in this place of awareness that transcends words. Right, non-judgmental awareness. So if we find balance between the thinking mind and the awareness mind, then we're in balance. But what I'm discovering is a lot of people are just trapped in compulsive thinking. That's what Eckhart Tolle calls it, compulsive thinking, where we think we can think our way through everything, etc.
But really, we're usually more effective if we take a break. And
way more effective. I mean, the
mind for a moment.
For sure. Every time we're able to be mindful, even for a few moments, the mind is able to relax and get refreshed. But if we don't get there enough, if we don't get to that place of stillness, the mind goes into agitation. And that's when things get funky.
Yeah.
You know, so, I mean, finding balance and throughout the day is actually key to reducing or eliminating anxiety and depression and drug cravings and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, for sure.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and then, a large population of the world and our country has some level of trauma. And so there's a whole nother set of internal patterns that need to be focused on or even become aware of to begin releasing that story of survival and turning it more into living and thriving and enjoying and participating in a vitality that is possible if we can get past the old story.
Well, you think of it when I have I've had some trauma. When I have a flashback into trauma, it just tears me out of the moment and puts me into this like really dismal place, but having the ability to release that and to reduce that, it's hugely empowering. And that's what you do, I know, you've had a lot of training in trauma in a lot of different ways.
Yes, this is true. Yeah, and what I wanted to speak to about what you just said is that idea of, sometimes we're just waiting for our trauma pattern to come back. We're braced for it. We're defensive of it. We're ready.
We're scared of it.
We're scared of it. And then, someone comes along, as, of course they will, who says the wrong thing and triggers that trauma pattern, and we feel as if it is as bad as the original traumas that happened.
Or I don't know if it's necessarily as bad.
In the brain, like it can feel that way in the brain.
It's definitely bad. I mean, I know that's the common way to look at it, but I think when we get triggered, we partly, experience it. Typically, but it's enough to really like wreck the moment.
It's really hard to climb back out. It's nice to have someone who knows about trauma to help you through, or just a really kind, compassionate person. And don't even have to know about trauma, but to just really be that embracing person who, and then there's like the balance of that, like you can embrace someone who's been triggered too much, and so there's the balance of space and the balance of attention. So there's lots of things to balance.
Right. Well, even our posture.
Yeah.
We want our posture to be balanced. That's another component. That's like, it sounds simple and easy and whatever, but it's like really important, that throughout the day we mindfully observe our posture. And
the posture, how the body moves. A lot of people have their knees locked back when they're standing, and though that it is an anatomical feature that we do have, but it's not necessarily the best one to utilize all the time.
You mean we can lock our knees if we want to, but it injures us?
It makes a lot of low back pain and
it hurts our knees.
And just the blockage of energy, the way the energy moves through the legs is so we feel a little less grounded.
We are less grounded. We're less balanced.
Yeah,
because we are less balanced.
Yeah.
Someone can just push us over.
Yeah,
we're standing there with our knees locked.
That's true.
And if we have to react to anything, step one is to unlock the knees and then move.
Yeah. So if you already have them unlocked, then you're one step ahead.
Yeah. Well, another benefit of unlocking the knees is it strengthens our quads. Those big muscles in our thighs. Just standing then, standing in line at the bank. Maybe you could give a quick rundown of what proper standing posture is like.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the feet are naturally splayed on the floor, and you can feel the toes are relaxed. They're there balancing you, but they're not clenching for the ground. And the pads of the feet are reaching down, and the arches are they're relaxed arches of the feet, and just really reaching down with the feet, feeling like you are both a tree rooted and a cat ready to pounce. And the knees are slightly bent and the hips are at neutral. And that's kind of a hard place to know where that is if you are used to your legs being locked back. But I like to imagine that the tailbone is like a tap root, from one of those trees that's above the water, but the roots are reaching down into the mud, and or above the earth is what I meant to say. So it's like that. You're sending a root down from your tailbone, and even though it's not touching the ground, it's still able to root down. And with that sensation in mind, you can find neutral. And the belly has got some firmness to it, navel support, I like to call it. And but at the same time, it's relaxed. So there's, again, this balance of proper, tension is the word that comes to mind, proper tension and relaxation. And breathing into the diaphragm fully, breathing into the back fully, expanding the back of the ribs, and a slight lift in the collarbone at the top of the inhale, and relaxing back down. The key to the slight lift in the collarbone is to not bring your shoulders up at the same time. I've seen a lot of people misunderstand that one. So it's kind of just like lifting your heart up a little bit and then letting it relax back down as you exhale. The top of the head is reaching up to the sky. I like to imagine that you have a lotus at the top of your head. And this lotus is reaching up. It's getting the sunshine. It's not affected by the mud that its roots are in. And the mud is every challenge that we've been through and how we turn it into compost and process it, and so it can be a nutritional a fuel for our flower to bloom, because we've learned from it all. We've acclimated
from the trauma, perhaps.
From trauma, from even just challenges. And not getting along with your boss very well, and things aren't going good, and coworkers, I guess that could be considered trauma, depending. But to, just process it, see our part in every conflict. One thing that just popped in my mind, and I think I finished with the posture.
Thank you.
One thing that popped in mind for me is we've been really contemplating what is mindful communication. And one of the things that you said, or that we've said in our, this is what we do all day, every day, is talk about these things, because they really are our passion. And we came up with this idea that to mindfully communicate, we have to recognize our own biases and recognize our own patterns.
Thinking patterns.
Yeah, thinking patterns, and as well as the other. So without condemning them or judging them, just recognizing their biases, their patterns.
Yeah.
So like if you end up talking to somebody who generally does dramatize things, then you just know that right away and know your own defensive mechanisms and how they play out in the conversation. And then you can have like a more mindful communication with this person rather than feeling triggered or...
Well, noticing our own habits is huge. That's part of the overall mindful perspective that we can take with us throughout the day, is we learn to be the witness to our thinking. We want to be the mindful, the neutral witness to our own thought patterns. And we begin to notice, some unproductive thought patterns. And then we identify them, and we learn to steer our thinking. We have the ability to reboot or turn off our thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, just as from a mindful perspective, then we're able to steer our thinking and control our thinking to some degree, rather than our thoughts just controlling us, which is what you're talking about, the old habits. We're communicating with somebody, we have to identify our own thinking habits that might get in the way of this communication, and then understand that they have their own. And I mean, if you take it just one step further, kind of understanding that all of us have these thinking patterns that get in the way of
truly understanding each other.
Yeah, and truly like connecting with the universe and whatever. I mean, none of us, nobody I've met, I believe is enlightened, and maybe that's what enlightenment is just fully connecting with the universe.
I think enlightenment is a little bit of an experience. Like I feel like I've touched it, but and then the come down can be so heavy because it's like, wait, I felt it.
Oh, okay.
But I don't want to like go off too much of the topic because I really wanted to address the thinking pattern that I'm focusing on right now. Is I'm calling it backward boundaries, and because of my past, I trust people I'm close with less than I trust strangers. And without going into any detail and just starting from there, I feel that I'm definitely not alone in this pattern, but it is when you become vulnerable to something that you shouldn't be vulnerable to and defend against something you shouldn't defend against. So, and there's that should word, but I feel like I just realized this in the last few days, and it has really blown my mind to the next layer that I'm ready to work through. And I just want to share that with everybody because I know that there's different ways to have boundaries, and some of us have boundaries that are way too firm and not flexible enough. And then there's other of us that have boundaries that we just get walked all over because we don't have them. And learning how to have healthy boundaries and know what should permeate through that shield, and knowing how to deflect properly for our own health and well-being, and for being able to navigate the world.
Yeah, another way of looking at that is that, I mean, I believe if we can, we're energetic beings, right? And we all vibrate at a certain level. And perhaps if we can raise our vibration to a certain level, the lower vibes won't even touch us.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. But then we're connected with this higher vibrational type of energetic scene.
Yeah. I want to share the image that comes to mind for that. So back to the lotus, right? So there's this pond, and if you could look at it through a glass, there's dark or thick mud on the bottom. And then there's a layer of like lighter mud, but still pretty muddy. And then the next layer is like a little more water, less soil. And then above that is mainly water, And so if you think about the layer that is closest down, the deepest down is the thickest mud, and if you think about that in what you were just saying, and this idea of raising yourself above it, vibrationally and energetically. Yeah. And if, you can accept like, okay, this is the mud. And then you do your practices, raise your vibration and start to feel better. And then it's okay, I'm out of the mud and I can look at the mud and it's okay. I'm not going to be like, that mud is so gross, yuck. It's more like, that's mud.
It. Yeah.
And it's actually my fuel.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah, and then you look at Facebook for an hour and you're back in the mud. Or I should speak for myself.
Me too.
But I would make the argument that the way we actually raise up out of the mud into like a different vibrational field is through finding balance in our minds. Mm-hmm. And then everything is easier. We have more clarity. We're more resilient. We have emotional regulation skills at that point, So it all starts with our own minds. And just, and like I say, I'm a real big proponent of mindfulness on the fly and using mindfulness skills just periodically throughout the day, whether we're walking down the sidewalk, or being present. We could be working with focus words, like a focus word, for example, as you're breathing in, you say the word so. And as you exhale, you say the word hum. And that's a way of quieting the mind. If your mind is chattering out of control, you can go into focus words for a minute. And another set of focus words, be as you breathe in and still as you exhale. And that comes from the Bible, and Jesus said, be still and know, He didn't say think about it real hard and figure it out. He said just be still and you'll know. So anyway, if we can just apply these skills throughout the day, then we have more balance in our minds, and then we just naturally are vibrating on a higher level, and we're making connections with other people who are vibrating on that level. And that's how we evolve. I would argue that's how we can evolve as a human species.
Well, it's so true. I mean, all the studies that they're showing that the telomeres lengthen and the brain.
Oh, through mindfulness?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or just meditation.
The structure is shifted.
So it's straight up evolution.
It is. It's conscious evolution. At this point, we can be like, okay, I want to change the structure of my brain. I'm going to do it. I'm going to work really hard for a month.
Or 10 years.
For the rest of my life.
Yeah, for the rest of your life. Why not?
Life is hard anyway.
Where is this ceiling?
I know. We have to work at whatever we're doing. It's hard to be like an alcoholic. It's hard to... It is. It's not that's not an easy path. It takes a lot of effort.
It's not. True that.
I would rather put the effort into finding balance and raising my own vibration and finding clarity, and then hopefully helping the culture evolve, because that's what we're looking at. We need to evolve, and we are evolving in a sense, and we just have to keep rolling with that.
Yeah.
In 50 years, let's face it, most likely all the cars are going to be electric. There's going to be solar panels on every rooftop. The plastic will be made out of hemp. Let's just move in that direction.
Yeah, I like your vision. And you're good at that. So
I know I am.
Yeah. I feel like it might be a good time to go into the meditation.
Yeah.
Okay. So I was kind of going over my structure today and thinking about what I wanted to share with y'all. And I really felt that this boundaries situation is something really, really key to our personal exploration and recognizing where our boundaries are and how can we feel more safe being us when we have too many walls up or not enough walls. So I feel that we can work on this through opening ourselves back up to the connection that we have to the higher power and whatever words or names you most feel comfortable using. So, settling in, and this can be a standing meditation, a sitting meditation, or a laying meditation. Whatever position you choose, finding your breath. focusing on the breath, noticing the pattern of breath. What is the inhale ratio to the exhale? Can you lengthen your exhale? When you inhale, do you feel that your full lungs are being utilized? Can you breathe down into the pelvic floor? Can you feel the breath expanding around the hips? Can you breathe all the way up into the brain? And as you explore the breath, as you explore the sensations of breath energy, opening up your perception and awareness to the depth of feeling you can sense. Checking in with your face. And as I say the features of your face, just become aware and release. Become aware and release. Noticing the left eye, right eye, left eyebrow, right eyebrow, left temple, right temple, left cheek, right cheek, left ear, right ear, left eye, right eye, left eyebrow, right eyebrow, left temple, right temple, left ear, right ear, left cheek, right cheek, center of the forehead, bridge of the nose, nostrils, upper lip, lower lip, chin, jaw, teeth, gums, tongue, throat. Feeling the breath, feeling the face, feeling the brain, and bringing your awareness to the heart center. How does this space feel? What emotion can you sense as the main emotion at this moment? And bringing that image of the lotus to mind, sensing at the top of the head, the crown of the head, a lotus, a flower, soaking in the sun's rays. The sun's rays are the higher powers, energy being shared with you, and opening up to that, trusting in the benevolent energy, the benevolent love, and bringing this love down from the flower into the heart. And from this place, really feel the heart expanding into a gratitude, into a receptive mode of the divine love that is available to each and every one of us. Feeling this divine love growing strong in the heart, and expanding through the whole chest and the whole rib cage. As you feel the breath full and complete, each inhale and exhale. And imagining the roots of this flower reaching down into the divine earth. And you have the divine higher power energies above and the divine earth energies below. And bringing these energies up to the heart, feeling held and supported. And then begin to let this love that is building in the heart center begin to overflow and project out like a video projector or movie projector out in front of you, and begin creating a bubble of safety with this love. And as you breathe, you bring the energy into the heart. And as you exhale, you project this bubble of safety out all around you like a soft membrane of an egg. And feeling that inside this bubble of safety, you are completely safe to be you. You're completely safe to grieve if you need to grieve. You're completely safe to process anger in a healthy way if that's what you need. You're completely safe to be filled with joy and wonder. I'm just sitting with this for a few breaths. And from this place, you can move through your day. And maybe this is the meditation for you so that you feel safe. And you can repeat this every day and see how your safety sensation grows. See how you bloom. And taking a couple more deep breaths. Feeling at peace, feeling safe, feeling steady in this moment. Thank you. Thank you for playing. I really do feel that we as adults forget the importance of play. And I like to look at this stuff with as much curiosity as possible because that's what we have to play with, pun intended. We are in need of joy that doesn't hurt anyone. So experimenting on ourselves with meditation is a really great way to play.
Truly, life can be seen as a great adventure.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
What can we achieve?
Lots of stuff.
Perhaps.
Yeah. Perhaps. All right. right, so we have a couple more songs for you. And before we go with that, I just want to thank you all for listening. And I feel very grateful when you all share with me, when you see me here and there, that you heard the show, and I appreciate your feedback. I'm so grateful to share this time with you and to share this energy with you. And yeah, I just really appreciate you in this month of gratitude and thankfulness. May we find that deep well of gratitude. All right, so this one that we're going to play, this song that we're going to share with you next is a song for the waters, which kind of fits in with the lotus theme of the meditation and that connectedness. So enjoy. Waters of the earth flow through my veins. 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 Interconnected, all in this together. 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 I am a part of you, and you are a part of me. I am a part of you, and you are a part of me. I am a part of you, and you are a part of me. I am a part of you, and you are a part of me. Breathing into that one, huh? my soul is me. So for our last one, we're going to do some Hare Krishna, some Maha Mantra. This is a really beautiful chant for the heart, actually. So letting the heart expand and receive the divine connection that we all have been born into and can reclaim whenever we choose. Sing along if you know it.